Hello and welcome back everybody to The Way We All Go. So, were you able to sleep last night even though there was this massive cliffhanger? Well, I personally was able to sleep and I made a good decision, I personally think. I guess, do you know where you are moving? Would bring us further for the plot, you know? She would maybe say, I moved to blah blah city, and our hero, our dear Achan, would probably say something like, oh really, that's where I live too, wow, what a coincidence. But I want to do what I would do in normal life, and therefore I choose to want to move. Unbidden, the words from my earlier conversation with Amu come back to the forefront of my mind. So, after I left, did Noelle not talk to anyone? Yeah, that's like half an hour ago. Do you really think we forgot? No, I don't think so. Not after you left. She seemed hard to approach. Tra-la-la-la-la. Maybe because she doesn't make friends, they move. Ah, okay, that's new. That's what I theorized with Amu earlier, when we were sitting together on the wooden bench in the small park. Really, that's not that long ago, man. Maybe Noelle is lonely. Is that why she wants to move? It's a depressing thought. I know Noelle always liked it here, with all the forests and the lack of crowds. She doesn't like busy places, but maybe she feels isolated here. Might be, to be honest, but I don't know if that is better in the city, you know. She has never really gotten along with the other students at school. Or rather, it isn't as though she doesn't get along with them. She just doesn't talk to them. Huh. She doesn't have a bad relationship with our classmates. She doesn't have a relationship with them at all. When I think like that, I start to worry about Noelle. And when I get worried, I just start blurring out whatever comes to mind. I'm sorry if I sound weird. I was just wondering. Maybe you don't like it here. Huh? Why wouldn't I like it? Well, I don't know, it's just... I know we were really good friends, and when I left Yeah, that might be the wrong decision, because our protagonist once again assumes that he is the only reason to live for this girl. Which, obviously, is wrong, considering her answer from before. I got worried. Maybe you were lonely. I was a little lonely, but I like being alone. I like drawing and walking in the forest, so I wasn't bored, really. I know, and that's good, but I was talking to Amu earlier and... Amu? I blink, surprised. Even though she doesn't sound annoyed or raise her voice, it's still shocking. Noelle isn't the type of person who cuts others off while they're still talking. She always listens patiently until the end, replying only after she has had enough time to fully process what they said. Something here isn't right. You don't like Amu? I don't dislike Amu. Wait, what? I don't dislike Amu? Ah, okay, now I get it. I never said that. But you don't talk to her, do you? That isn't the same as disliking her. That is simply being incompatible with her. Well, that's probably true. You really don't fit that well, I suppose. Well, on the other hand, I have seen stranger friendships. I guess. You're not very much alike. Yes. She's too loud. I know. I get it. She can be a pain sometimes. Yeah, you're a good friend. I have to say. I really start to hate you on all the levels. On all the levels that exist. You are just one step away from the Hisao in the... Yeah, what's her face again? I'm an idiot. Yeah. Brain fart. Lily was the friend of... Fuck it. But she's still a good person. And is that why you went to see her? Because she's such a good person? Yeah, ignore that, what is there in the right corner. Noelle's expression isn't any different from usual. Her voice is the same as always. And yet, even so, there's an odd kind of intensity underneath her seemingly innocent query that makes me feel uncomfortable. Well, if it's just about the rivalry between the two girls about him, it's kinda annoying, I have to say, because that's one more cliché to add to this. It feels as though I'm being accused of committing a crime. I went to see her because she's my friend. That isn't bad, is it? Noelle shakes her head. Then, you don't mind if I see her, do you? It's been 2 years, you know. There's a small silence, before Noelle shakes her head again. I don't mind. I think Amu's a nice person, really. Yeah, why do you even give a fuck what she thinks? Man, it's like she is ruling his life for no reason. And everything is just about her in his mind. And now it makes even littler sense that he didn't tell her and never contacted her, because everything that goes through his head is just about this girl. And it's stupid. It's stupid. Why? I mean, if he's in love, then go for it, man. Go for it. But this is strange. Well, what the fuck, Mouse? What the fuck? She is nice. I feel a bit unnerved at Noelle's out-of-character questioning, but I try to shake the uncomfortable feeling away. It's probably just baseless paranoia. Probably not, but okay. Noelle doesn't dislike Amu. She said so herself, so I shouldn't worry about it. What did Amu say? What was it? Noelle's quiet voice draws me out of my thoughts. She is sound. Just like herself. What? Okay, she sounds just like her usual self, which is comforting, but I don't know if I want to keep talking about Amu. I'd rather drop it. Tell her, why drop the subject? Jeez. What were they? I mean, they talked about lots of things. But if he just now talks about... Would I tell her that they were talking about her being lonely? Well, I don't know. I probably wouldn't tell her. Or maybe I would. I don't know. Just tell her. Fuck it. Conflicted, I go along with Noelle's questioning. She just said you seemed a little lonely. Like you don't talk to anyone. That is true. I don't. But I don't need to talk to people to have fun. Well, I'm glad about that. Yes. I am not like Amu. Well, the music changed. Back to Amu again. I shudder, my grip tightening unconsciously around the metallic links of the swing. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. It doesn't stop Noelle from talking. People like Amu. They are like fungus. They feed off others to survive. They can't exist by themselves. Something like that. I always found it extremely unpleasant. Judging by the music, I should have dropped the talk. I still do. But I am not a fungus. I don't need to cling to others like that. Even without friends, I am able to cope by myself. I can. So, I don't want to be a person like Amu. A weak person. I won't allow it. I will continue to be strong. I will not be like a fungus. I won't. A fungus? At this point, I am scared as well. Isn't that a little harsh? The first normal reaction from the protagonist so far in this game. Some fungi look beautiful. I draw sketches of them in the forest sometimes. Yeah, but to compare a human to a fungus, I wouldn't want to be a person like that. But that doesn't change the fact some people are like that. They can't help it. And I can't help it either. Just because I'd never want to be like that, it doesn't mean I hate them. It just means I can't understand them. And with that, Noelle finishes her speech. You know what? You're a bitch. You just lost all my respect. Probably not Achan's, because at this point I have the feeling he wants to crawl up your rectum. But you lost mine. That was very, very blunt and very, very unfriendly. Her pale hands clenched together in her white lap, forming fists. Having spoken much more than she does usually, and all in one go, she falls silent. On the other hand, she's probably frustrated. I mean, if you're an outsider, it is probably frustrating to see those happy people who just get along with everyone, I suppose, but still. I mean, Amo hasn't done anything to her. And she knows that Amo is Achan's friend. She knows that, so you don't badmouth like that. That's stupid. The atmosphere between us has suddenly become tense. When I remember the expression on Noelle's face when she spoke about Amo, I start to feel unnerved. Noelle said she doesn't hate Amo, but is that really true? I don't know if I believe her. Well, I don't, to be honest. Once more, silence steals over us like a shroud. All I can hear is the sound of the wind through the trees. I wonder how long I've been out here, sitting on these swings with Noelle. It must have been quite a while by now. My fingers have gotten so cold, I can hardly feel them. How can Noelle be comfortable, sitting out here like this, wearing that dress? Man, she's dead, I'll tell you. I don't understand. She has always been a mysterious person. Oh, back to romantic music. That's a kind of strange change of mood, but I'll take it. Hey, Achan. What is it? I was thinking. Okay, is this going to be more... So, as you're only going to be here for 2 more days, do you want to see me tomorrow? I look at Noelle. She looks back at me. Just what is she thinking? And what about Amo? 2 days isn't very long, and I already told Amo I'd spend more time with her. But when Noelle looks at me like that, with those large eyes, I feel like it would be cruel to refuse her. I end up giving a vague, non-committal reply. It's too hard for me to say a simple yes or no. I don't want to upset anybody. I've always been insensitive. Okay, it's not that romantic, I better stop. It's why I get into difficult situations. Saki has scolded me about it enough times. If you don't want to do something, just say no. It's not going to kill you, you know? That's what she always says anyway. I should try and become stronger. One day, I'm sure I'll manage it. But right now... Achan? No, it's not that time. So I didn't even decide. I wonder, was this decision made based on what I decided before? Maybe if I decided different things with Amo, or with now what's I'm so bad with names. Noelle, there we go. If I would have decided different things with Noelle, maybe the whole decision he made in the end here would have been a total different one. Oh well, I don't know. So, anyway, I lie in my futon in my grandparents' home, just as I did the night before. Hanako! The name of Lily's friend is Hanako. And what I wanted to say was... I hate Achan as much as I hated Hisao in the Hanako route. That's what I wanted to say. Yay me! Remember, brain, works sometimes. Dimly, I feel a vague sense of guilt creeping over me. Saki asked me to buy her a gift, and she asked me to call her. But I haven't done either. I guess I got so caught up returning to my old home, I haven't had enough time to think about my new one. Oh well. I'm sure Saki will forgive me. I'll be going back in a couple of days anyway, so it's not like we'll be parted for too long. True that. For real. I mean, even if Saki was his main love interest, He is going home for 3 fucking days. I mean, he could have called her and he could have bought the gift, but it was a decision I had to make. And if I can decide between talking to the few friends I have back home for a little while, then of course I'll do that. Because I'll see Saki in 3 days again. And then for the whole year probably. What's that dumb stuff about? Not like Amo and Noelle. Exactly. I haven't seen those two in years. The first plausible thing you sell. Noelle. It was nice seeing Noelle again, even though it was a complete surprise. And I was a little nervous at first. But do I want to see her tomorrow? And what about Amu? I only have 2 days left. That isn't very long at all. Noelle or Amu? Do I need to make a choice? Well, I suppose you do. But I guess it's not that easy. And yet, despite my constant worrying, the next morning comes inevitable, just as it always does. I'm far too small, far too insignificant to halt the rising of the sun. My minuscule worries have no bearing on the rest of the world. And so, life keeps on going. I start to clean around my grandparents' home, dusting the shelves and wiping down the tables. Partly, it's because I want to help my grandparents, but it would be a lie if I said I didn't have any ulterior motives. I'm just stalling for time. I'm doing this because I don't know what else to do. As such, it feels a little awkward when my grandfather compliments me for being so helpful. It sure does feel refreshing after a good tidy up. Thank you, lad. You're welcome. There's no need for the formalities with me, silly. You're a real help. Of course, I was going to clean all this up eventually myself, but this gives me less work to do. Ha! Oh, it's no trouble. You know something? Even though you look so little, Chiyo's right. You really have grown up to be a fine man, haven't you? I guess looks aren't everything. Well, I don't know about that. And modest, too. That's an important asset. It'll make you popular with the ladies. I'm not that popular. Well, you don't see many men quite as modest as me, I'll mark you that. Well, I don't think that is, yeah. In terms of modesty, I really am the best. Okay. That's why Chiyo loves me, because I'm so modest. Yeah. Grandpa laughs, clapping a hand on my shoulder. But you're getting there, so don't give up hope. Every little bit helps. Yes. Are you getting tired of cleaning, though? Oh, no, I don't mind. I'm happy to help, really. Really? I'm surprised. Why? I thought you want to go off and see your friends. You don't want to be shut up in here with us old folks, do you? Isn't the air in here too musty? My grandfather smiles, and yet, although he's trying to be kind, I start to feel anxious. Does he want me out of the house? No, that can't be it. I know I can be annoying when I put my mind to it, but I can't have irritated my own grandparents that much after only 1 day. He's just concerned about me. He knows my time here is short, so he wants me to make the most of it. I remember. Amo said she had to work at her parents' cafe until 12:30 p.m. today, so even if I went to visit her now, she'd still be working. I could go and tease her a little. Maybe I could ask her to serve me like a real maid. It might be fun to tease Amo, since she's always poking fun at me. They do say an eye for an eye, not in Japan, but okay, after all. Not that I want to pull out one of Amo's eyes. And then there's Noelle. She asked me if we wanted to go out yesterday. Maybe I could go by her house and see if she's there. That might be a good idea. Although I kept in touch with Amo via letters, I didn't speak a single word to Noelle during my 2 years in the city. We have a lot to catch up on. What should I do? First of all, I save, because I forgot it last time. But, you know, happens. And then I go to Amu, because fuck Noelle. And so I make up my mind. Although I feel a little guilty about not going to see Noelle, on the other hand, maybe I should have gone to Noelle, or you know why? Maybe he stops trying to make me feel guilty that I didn't go to see Noelle. I have no reason to. This is the biggest weakness of this character. Usually it's like this, you go into a character constellation. And it depends on what your thoughts are. With whom you will end up in the end. And in this it's like, I want to see Noelle, I want to see Noelle, I want to see Noelle, please let me go to her. No, we're going to Amo again, now I feel bad, thank you. Fuck you, Achan. The opportunity to tease Amo, just this once, is something I can't pass up. She has made fun of me for most of my life. This might be my only chance to return the favor, even if it does feel a little underhanded. Just you wait, Amo. You're going to get what's coming to you. Really, he said this in front of his grandpa and now... maybe. You're going to be my mate and I'm going to make you feed me an ice cream sundae from a silver spoon. But the moment I catch myself laughing out loud. What am I doing? My face instantly, why would I say something like that? Why would I even think something like that? I've gone mad with power. And especially you said that in front of your grandpa. Well, that's right, lad. You have to dream big to win big. I don't like that game anymore. And to make matters worse, grandfather overheard me. Oh no, of course he overheard me. It would be stupid to think otherwise. Exactly. Fuck you. For real. I was laughing in a rather maniacal manner after all. I wouldn't be surprised if half the village were privy to my deviant desires. Please just ignore that. Even when I want to embarrass Amu. In the end, the only person I can embarrass is myself. Yay, haha. Funny, funny, funny stuff. Really, we have to go by bicycle again? Okay. I've learned my lesson this time. Oh no, we are going by bus. That is why we are so fast. Instead of entertaining any grandiose notions of cycling all the way into town by myself, I instead walk at more leisurely pace. Oh, okay, that's cool too. Even so, it's still exhausting. I have to stop and rest several times at the side of the road to recover my breath. The warm sunshine attracts irritating insects. Flies and mosquitoes buzz around my flustered forehead, my exposed forearms. Get away! Yeah, I hate that as well. My forehead feels sweaty. My joints are arcing. I really am getting unfit. I've gotten too used to taking the train everywhere. It would be so much more convenient if there was public transportation here too. There is a bus that runs between the village and the town, but it only runs once every 3 hours. Not to mention, from what I recall, that bus is old and rickety and smells kind of funny. The patterns on the seats are ugly too, so sitting in that bus makes you feel like you've been sucked into some kind of nightmarish kaleidoscope world. Yeah, I never drive bus because I don't like the seats. Yeah. Acha, my boy! Yeah, you go, you... It doesn't help that the roads around here are all in dire need of repairing and are filled with bumps and potholes. After walking a little further, I find myself back in the town. A small-scale suburban space with modern buildings and actual convenience stores. Yeah, you know, I remember that. We were here, okay? I used to walk here with Noelle back in the day, solely to sate her surprising love of the different flavored jello you can buy here. That cheap jello was probably her favorite food. Probably we already explored that, but okay. Looking back, I mean, I could have not met Noelle at the playground. So, I guess exposition is needed. Looking back on it now, those days feel like they passed by a long, long time ago. At any rate, I need to keep moving. It's 11:30 AM now, and I want to catch Amo while she's still working. I have an hour left, so I'm sure it'll be fine, but... I smile to myself secretively, my exhaustion fading. Getting her to wait on me might be a little bit fun. And with that, I'll end the episode, because right in the moment, I cannot take this anymore. I'm interested in the story. But there's so much stupid stuff. I already told you, you can not identify with the fucking main character. You can not. And it's also not funny. It is neither funny nor something else. I mean, there are visual novels where it's not really necessary to identify with the narrator, the person, the main character, you know? But this is obviously a romance novel. In the end, I probably pick Amu, Saki, or what's-her-face, Noelle. That's how the game will probably end. And therefore, I don't really understand why he's moaning the whole time that he's not seeing Amu and stuff. Do you want to pressure me to Amu? Is everything else a bad end except for Amu, and Amu will go crazy? It annoys me. Why? And all those dumb cliches. I tell my thoughts out loud and my grandpa heard it. Oh no! What is that about? What is that about? Jesus. So, interesting story, dumb stuff in between. That's what you get from this visual novel, I suppose. So, once again, thank you everybody for watching. Come back for the next part. I'll probably do one, I suppose. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.